I'm excited to introduce our next inductee in the freestyle division of the National BMX Hall of Fame. So many of us forget that BMX began as kids riding bikes and popping wheelies and jumping curbs, and there wasn't organized racing. And really the origins of our sport began as kids on bikes doing tricks. And I am so proud to see how that sport has evolved and the X Games and all that's gone into it. Martin Aparijo was called the chairman, and his game was good. And I am so excited to introduce the video as we induct him into the Hall of Fame. Let's roll the tape.
All right. That one defining moment. The BMX industry wasn't quite sure what to do when they heard that famed movie producer Hal Needham was making a movie about BMX. But a few brands got behind the project and sent their best riders up to Alberta, Canada for 8 weeks of filming. GT Bikes was one of them, and they sent their flatland specialist Martin Aparijo to join his good friends and teammate Eddie Fiola on the set. Martin had been a pure showman from the moment he arrived on the fresh freestyle scene of the mid-'80s, so it didn't take long for the film crew of Rad to put Martin's skills to work. While Fiola stunt doubled for lead character Crew Jones, Martin was handed a wig, a sparkly black top, and tight spandex pants to stunt double as Lori Loughlin's female lead during the pivotal dance scene in Rad. He also cameoed as one of the 20-some racers in the big main event who had a rare chance to ride Hell Track decades before a real live Hell Track would be built for the Olympic Games. Having followed up Rad by starring in thousands of freestyle shows all around the world, inventing tricks all along the way, there is no denying that the always smiling, often spastic kid from SoCal left an everlasting mark on the freestyle world and helped spread its popularity to the masses. Please give a warm welcome to your 2014 freestyle inductee, Martin Aparijo.
Totally amazing, you guys. Check this out. I get this phone call in the morning, and I'm like, what is this number? And I dial it back, and it's like, Shannon Gillette is calling me on my phone. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? I'm all casual. I'm like, well, this is Shannon Gillette. This has got to be something to do with this right here. He's like, well, Martin, we're talking about this and this and this, and by the way, we want to see if you want to be inducted in the BMX Hall of Fame. And I was like, heck yeah! I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me, right? I was stoked. I was like, because I got Woody Itzno over there, Eddie, my bros or whatever, and I'm like, man, that's an awesome honor. So I want to thank Shannon, Jennifer, Gork, and just USA BMX for letting me even stand here on this stage. I've seen it so many times from that angle, and now looking from this angle that way, it's totally awesome. So thanks, you guys. I dig it. Now, I made this list right here. It's got over 120 names on it, okay? And a lot of you BMX racers don't really realize what you did in my life. Eddie King, Toby, PK, just everybody. But I have your name on this list if you'd like to come over to the table after you're done. You can check it out. Your name's on it. Give me a big hug because I love you guys, and I love this sport. Peace on that one. All right. You guys are awesome. Okay. I forgot I got to put glasses on to see this here. All right. So, my first sponsor, I used to be a dirt jumper. I jumped super high all the time. And a buddy of mine recognized that, and his name was Paul Yanahara. I used to race for UFO Racing. And Greg, you remember that, Greg Cove, right? And I really loved it. I was riding a GJS and then a JMC. And so I want to thank Paul. Then I want to come over here and I want to thank this guy over here is so special in my life. He doesn't even know it. But Brian Skur right over there, he's awesome. To me, he's a genius. I mean, it's so amazing what is going on in that head right there. The way you all know that he invented the gyro, right, on the bike, that detangler thing. Dude, I mean, I sat there and watched him make the blueprint, make the cuts, design the whole thing, whatever, and actually put it on a bike, and it functioned, and it worked, and it changed my life because I'm a freestyler. I need to make sure my cable doesn't get tangled. So it's truly amazing. And then on top of it, I met this guy, Woody Itzno. Here's how we met, me and Woody. We're at the Orange YMCA. We're on the gate. We're both racing. So we snap. Woody goes up in the air and kicks his back tire at my head. I'm like, dude, what's the deal? This guy's trying to kick me in the head with his bike, right? So we get back on the gate again, and I snap, and I kick my back wheel towards his head. So I'm like, okay, got you back, right? So we sit at the finish line, and we sit there and talk, and we really had a good rapport. But not for many years later, he ends up at Skate City, where I'm riding my bike in the skate park. I was a skate park rider, and he follows me all around, and we're just riding and having a good time, good riding and good camaraderie. And then we go out in the parking lot, and he's like, dude, you're a great rider, and my buddy Brian Skur is looking for a team rider to be on the team. And he's like, do you think you want to talk to him and be a part of that? And I said, well, I'll check it out. So I go to this Brian Skur's bike shop, BS Bikes, on Harbor Boulevard over there, and Brian puts me through an audition. I had to go through the whole entire thing from A to Z, and I won't go because I don't have that much time. But anyway, I passed the audition, got to be on the team, and Brian goes, you want to go to Chandler, Arizona tomorrow? And I'm like, heck yeah, let's do that. So it's awesome. Thanks, Brian. I love you guys. Then we had this guy, he was known as the Vans man from Vans Tennis Shoes, Everett Rosecrans. Everybody remembers Everett. He rode around in that Ford van, and it said Vans on it. I'm like, dude, that's the Vans man. And he would hook me up with Vans shoes, right? Who doesn't like Vans shoes? Free Vans shoes are awesome. So anyway, yeah. So that was a great thing. So Ev, I owe you a big thanks for being my great friend and great tours. We did many tours together. And Mike Miranda, check this out. I love Mike. Everyone's got a Mike story. So, Mike was a test rider for BMX Plus. And then Mike was kind of getting done with that whole scene, and he knew I was a jumper, and he says, Martin, I just want to ask, would you like to take on the test riding thing? And I just, in a flash, I said, yes, I'd do it. And from that moment, I started test riding for BMX Plus for many years. And it's so amazing that John Carr was up here right now talking about this stuff. And John has literally shot hundreds and hundreds of photos of me riding different bikes, champion bikes, whatever bike I was riding. But a lot of that was through Mike Miranda. And I can't believe he's not here. Where are you, Mike? I'm looking for you. Okay, cool. Italy. Now this is so important right here because, listen, I have so many people that helped me out in my career. It was not about me. It was all these people that stood behind me. They got my back. But there's a woman right over there, Gail Webb, and her husband, Jim. So amazing. Yeah. This woman has such a heart of compassion. I love her so dearly. And she just does the greatest thing. And she's one of the innovators that took the extreme sports. Before you saw the X Games, there was this woman doing multi-talented shows. You had an inline skater or a skater, a roller skater, or a BMX freestyler, a vert rider. Whatever the deal is, you had a child from 5 years old all the way up to a full adult. And she's the reason why these sports exist to this day. So we love you and we honor you, Gail. We love you. Awesome. I was so blessed to have this great man in my life, Rich Long, which I got to ride for GT for many, many years. And I'll never forget the day we sat down on this big, long table in the office, and he sat down and we hashed out a contract. And he said, Martin, what do you want? What is it that you want? Because I want you on my team. I won't tell you the figure, but we sat down, and I threw out this big figure. And on top of it, I said, okay, and at the end of the year, I want $10,000 bonus for that. And he said, done. So Sean Buckley saw me right there and said, dude, this guy's like the chairman. So that's where the name chairman came from. So I love you, Rich. I love you, Gary. You guys are awesome. You changed my life. My buddy Steve Van Doren couldn't be here today. Although he was supposed to be here, he had something else to do. And I love Steve because Steve is one of those guys. He said, Martin, when your contract is over with GT, you come and look me up and I'll take care of you. And he's a man of his word. He's very charitable, very giving. He loves to do great things for people. He's got a heart so big, I can't even tell you how big it is. So I also want to honor Steve Van Doren. I love you, Steve. And, of course, my bro right over there, Eddie Fiola. I mean, come on, everybody knows Eddie Fiola. Yeah. I love that guy. I taught him how to ride vert, and that's why he's that good right now. No, but anyway, we ride every Tuesday, and we have a great time. A lot of great friends, but I love you, Eddie. You're awesome. Now, my greatest advocate in the old school freestyle era right now is Mr. Dan Hubbard right over there. Danny Hubbard has my back. He will stand up and tell people about the history of freestyle. We got a lot of young guns out there that they don't really understand what the history was. And Dan Hubbard, he's got so much knowledge. He'll sit there and concisely speak to these people about what old school means. And the new school wouldn't be here without the old school. So I just want to say thank you, Dan. I love you, bud. Awesome. I have a good buddy, George Deville. I love this guy dearly. He couldn't be here, but George Cadillac Deville, I love you. See you later, George. And my HB gang, we have them all over here. Right back there, we got Jennifer, the Gorton family, and Jennifer, the ribs are awesome. You're cool. So I want to say thanks to them, and I got to say thanks to Jeremy Moser, because Jeremy right there, he's so amazing. He ran with the RAD website. He asked me one day, he came to one of the old school events and said, hey, Martin, I really want to be a part of the BMX industry. What can you do? I said, okay, I'll try to introduce you to as many people as I can. And he literally ran with it, and within weeks, and then he just threw together the 25th anniversary RAD thing in Canada, and it was a great hit. So I want to thank you, Jeremy. I love you, buddy. Awesome. Now I'm flipping to my page over right here because I want to thank the photogs. So many amazing photographers. But let me start with, we know John Carr was up here. And John, you're amazing. You've always taken a lot of great photos, and we had great times. But I also want to thank Wendy Osborne. I'm telling you, Wendy is so amazing. She's got an eye like no other photographer. While people were taking straight shots right at it, she was doing these artsy shots. She would take a half a shot or just the bottom portion of the bike, and yet you knew who that rider was. That was Wendy Osborne. She had something special in the area of photography. And thank you, Wendy. I love you so much, kiddo. Cool. I want to thank Bob Osborne, her dad. I want to thank Dean Bradley, Jim Cassimus. And I just thank God that I'm here to spend this time with all y'all. Peace.